Okay, so we're back. Welcome back to episode 3. 3 is my favorite number. I'm gonna get this closer to me. So, episode 3 is actually not something new. We are piggybacking off of last week's episode. This is just part 2 of Where's My Money and what they don't teach you in beauty school, hair school, nail school, all of those schools. So, in part 1, we had talked about having a budget set up, health insurance plan, retirement plan, like how many of us beauty professionals actually have like a savings plan, a budget, or a retirement plan, like a 401k or IRA, or even a rainy day fund set up for just whatever. So first, I am Jay Nicole, and I am a hairstylist and a nail artist. I operate a private studio here, where I just service my clients. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a mother. I am a granddaughter. I take care of my grandfather, who has severe Alzheimer's. And I am a wonderful wife to my hubby. So, welcome to my podcast, Shop Closed. And so, yeah. So, we talked about how a lot of us don't have any of these plans set up, which leads to hairstylists, nail artists, lash techs, SDs, all of that don't have their money structured like it should be. They don't have the money structured and don't know how. I myself did not know how. So I was reading, and yeah, it took me a few extra days to get through this, y'all. So that's why, let's see, today is Saturday. Normally I drop on a Monday, but I needed some extra days, and I kind of went down a rabbit hole. It was pretty fun because honestly, I love numbers. Like my major in college, I went to University of Memphis. It was accounting. And then I changed it to business management, and then I came home and just didn't finish it all. So that's another story. But anyway, so I was reading U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports, and as of May 2023, there's an estimate, I guess, of 294,840 cosmetologists, that's hairstylists, nail techs, everybody in that field. That number seems kind of low to me, so that's why I'm thinking it's like an estimate. Like, I don't know exactly how they get those numbers. Maybe how many file taxes. I don't know. But the mean annual wage is 41,780, which is like $20.09 an hour, I believe. And that's pretty low. That's pretty low, especially in this economy. So that's an issue. I also read that cost of living is 90.3 in Tennessee, which is supposedly on the low side. I haven't really figured out how to read these numbers, but it was saying that the baseline is 100. So anything under that is kind of on the lower side, as far as economics. And that's just like the cost of like housing, food, gas, all of those things, right? So we're actually below. We're like one of the cheaper cities to live in, like Nashville, Murfreesboro, whatever. But that's like the average salary for a hairstylist, which I've seen some hairstylists and I see them pushing out more, but whatever. So 41,000, that's not a lot to live off of. And I'll just get to that later, but remember that number 41,000 or whatever. So it's being suggested that we live. I was on marketwatch.com. I went down a rabbit hole for real, y'all, because I like this stuff. So it is suggesting that we live by the 50-30-20 rule, which is what I've seen a lot of. 50% of your income should go, of your after-tax income should go towards your needs. 30% should go into your wants, and 20% should go into your savings. So but still, if you're looking at the 41,000, like $20 an hour, like it's like some of us are barely making ends meet. Like, how am I supposed to stretch this income out? It's really hard. So I did a brief like book report type, like I'll give y'all a synopsis of the 3 books that I left y'all with last week, which were Budgeting 101 by Michelle Kagan, who is a CPA. The Wealth Decision by Dominique Broadway, who worked I think she worked on Wall Street maybe, or her story is in here. So she has some authority in this field of finance, okay? And then Profit First for Salons by Ronit Enos. And there's a foreword by the original author of Profit First. So there's 2 books. There's Profit First and then there's Profit First for Salons. I have them both. And so this one is by Ronit Enos. The foreword is done by the original author, which is Mike Michalowicz. I hope I said that right. So let's get to it. Everything in these books that I saw is going to require a change in mindset. Everything is going to require you to change your mindset. And I honestly don't like to talk about that. I get tired of seeing it. When I see something that says, okay, first you're going to have to change your mindset, I roll my eyes. I don't want to hear that. Please get straight to the point. Tell me how I can get this money. But on the flip side, I get it now. And maybe that's why I'm like pumped. Like, I'm getting into this stuff, y'all. I'll tell you about it later. But change your mindset. So that's one thing that you can expect to get out of these books. Is going to tell you about, why you should, or how you, instead of thinking this, think this. So Profit First Salons is going to teach you how you can structure your money coming in from the salon. So Profit First for Salons and Profit First, they are both cash management systems that you're going to learn in these books. But the Profit First for Salons is actually it's tailored for salon entrepreneurs, beauty professionals, hairstylists, nail techs, barbers, massage therapist, anybody, in the service field. And I mean, yeah, so that is why, I'm choosing this one over the original, to kind of stick to and use as my guide. But they're both really good books. They're both really good. So, in Profit First for Salons, you're going to look at what your current finances are looking like. It's going to give you charts and grids and all of that you can fill out in the book, or you can print it out and, go for it that way. But it's going to show you what your current finances look like and what you need to change to get to what you want your money to look like. So, and looking back, when it takes you back, it tells you to go look at the finances from a month ago. When you start looking at what you spent last month, it is heartbreaking, and you got to change that. At least I do. So I went on a cutoff spree. I started cutting everybody off. Not all the way everybody, but I cut off a whole lot. I was like, fuck this. But anyway, it's going to tell you what bank accounts you should open and what needs to go to them, how you should allocate your money towards those. So I love this book. What I learned in this book is I'm either going to have to change my prices, raise my prices, or I'm going to have to get faster with my service times, or I'm going to have to do both, right? So, my truth after doing the charts in Profit First for salons is that my business is bleeding out. Man, my business bleeding out like from both ends. I'm like, what the fuck? But it is what it is. This is my truth, and I'm going to stand in it, and I'm going to fix it. But you know what it's going to require? It's going to require me to change my mindset. So, whatever. So, yeah, so I just had to like get real with myself and realize, Jen, like you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. Like I could say I want to make 100K this year, but do absolutely nothing. Don't have a plan or nothing. I'm just saying I'm gonna hit that 100K this year. But then I keep doing the same thing that I've been doing from years before. Well, that's not going to get me the extra money that I'm looking for. So that I am wanting to have. So I think that's called ignorance when you're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. Okay, whatever. So, I have always operated from a place of passion and like a hustle mentality. Like those two fused together, and I'm just like, it's all gonna work out because I'm doing it for love. I'm doing it out of my passion. Like, and I honestly am. Like, they say your passion is like if you choose, like pick something that you could do if you didn't have to charge the money. Well, that's me. I'm doing what I love. Like if I could do this for free, I absolutely would do the world's hair and nails. That's just me. But it doesn't make sense. It has to make sense because in this world, in this country, we have to make money. We have to, eat to live. And in order to eat, you got to make some money. So you got to make it make sense, even though like it hurts my heart to charge people, sometimes. And my prices are low to me. My prices are really low compared to others. And I do my research, and I don't do it to undercut the next person. I price out of emotion, and I have to change that in order to be successful. And I should not feel bad for that because we have to live. We have to live, and the bills don't stop, and they don't care. That you're doing what you love and you don't want to charge these people because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So I have to get out of that mentality. Usually mentally, like I remember back in the day, I would be like, okay, I need groceries. I know my kids need to eat today. And I was just like, whatever I took home that day from the shop is what I would go spend. And I might have a little bit left over for tomorrow's food too, or, whatever. That has to end. That, like, spending it as you get it is not the way to do it. You can spend it, but it needs to be allocated to where it makes sense for you, because I was not thinking for my future, and now here I am in my future, not having a dime to retire, no savings for, like, if I want to go take a trip right quick. Like, I ain't talking about Atlanta. I'm talking about go across the country for a week or something like that. Like, I literally can't do that. And I'm going to change that. And I'm going to take y'all along on my journey, because I feel like I'm not the only one out there that lives like this. And I don't know. I don't like it, so I'm going to change it. Change what you don't like, honey. But Profit First for salons will get you out of that mentality, out of that habit of spending as you get it. It's gonna help you allocate that money correctly. So you're gonna have accounts set up for savings. You're gonna have an account set up for your taxes. When you do your taxes, you'll just be able to pull the money from there. It might take us some time to get there, but it can be done if you just start now. So it's gonna teach you like how to pay yourself and what money to put where and how it should work for you. So the next book that I read was by Dominique Broadway. This is the second book I read, and it's 10 simple steps to achieve financial freedom and build generational wealth. It's called The Wealth Decision. And I bought this one in Barnes and Noble, but I did find it online for you. And you could just click the link and do it that way. It's a good read. It tells a lot of stories, which is relatable, and it teaches you how to get out of those situations. It just gives you ways to get out of those situations that you may be stuck in. It talks a lot about mentality and changing your mindset, but she also gives you a lot of plugs on how to track your money and apps that you can use for like your spending, your budgeting, and things like that. She also talks about ways that you can make extra money and how to invest that money to make your money work for you. That's where a lot of us are lacking, I believe, is investing, because I have thought about it so many times. And when I know I had the extra money, and instead of spending it, I should have invested that, and I probably would have been a long way ahead of where I am today. But it is a good read. It's a great read, and I encourage you to read it. The last book that I read was Budgeting 101. That is by Michelle Kagan, the CPA. She's the CPA. She's a CPA, Michelle Kagan. I think I said her name right. But this teaches you about getting out of debt. It tells you how to track your money and why you should be tracking your money, and like your spending habits and everything like that, and how you can change that to create a livable budget as well. It talks about the 50-30-20 budget, as well as like a 80-20 budget. There's so many kind of budgets, y'all. There's a zero-sum budget and some other things that you can learn about in the Budgeting 101 book. There's a lot of useful info. There's also some templates in there. Like, it gives you like the websites to go to so that you can like use these templates, the spreadsheets, if you like that kind of thing. I do. And you could plug your numbers in, and it kind of does the work for you. I went down a rabbit hole and created my own spreadsheet over the week, y'all. I'm telling you, it was crazy. I was really getting into it. I was like shocked and appalled at my numbers, but I was so amped to change it. Like, I am on a roll. Like, right now my mindset is in the right place, and I'm just praying that it stays there. Like, don't get sidetracked, girl. No, don't buy, don't no. Yeah, I'm gonna go on like a spending freeze and all of that. But anyway, so it discusses like earning interest with like a high yield savings, which is something that we should shop around for. If you do have some extra money, put it in a high yield savings. So, month after month, you can earn some extra money there. And I think a good percentage to look for is at least 4%. I opened one with a credit union, and it's like 3 point something percent, which I think is really good. Maybe, I don't know, but it's something. So at least I did do that with my credit union. And also for like extra credit, y'all, I went on YouTube University and started looking at some videos and reading about investing and trading. I don't get it, but I'm going to. I have another book. It's just like this. It's called like Day Trading. Listen, all these books I've had. Well, this one I got last year in 2023. But these, I've been having these for at least over a year. Some of my books I've had for 2 years. I have a lot of self-help books and don't be doing reading. But I'm back on, so whatever. So like I said, I was on YouTube University, and I looked up just watching videos, different people explaining how you can earn passive income with stocks and bonds and stuff like that. I also watched some things about retirement income. I sat in on a very, very informational webinar. Like, she left no crumbs. Her name is Ashley M. Fox. And she is a guru. She has worked. Maybe I was getting her confused with Dominique Broadway. So Ashley M. Fox was actually like a high end financial planner, but maybe Dominique was too. I don't know. Do your research. Um, Ashley M. Fox talked a lot about investing your money, how to invest. Like, she was giving so many free gems. It was pretty amazing. Even though I couldn't buy her program right now, but I'm still looking into it. But she talked about REITs, which is real estate investments. She talked about bonds, and she talked about ETFs, and she talked about how to set up your account so that you can start investing and stuff like that. One thing about me, I already had some of this stuff, and that's the thing. Like, I already started some of these things and just never did anything with them. First of all, I already had a Robinhood account, which got like $500 invested in it already. And I was like, I forgot all about that. So when I downloaded it again on my phone, I was so happy that I already kind of had a head start. And I just started adding like a few dollars here and there. You'll find some stocks that you can buy that are really cheap, like $40 or $20, and they'll earn interest for you. You'll earn dividends for them, month after month. Some people will pay out monthly, some people will pay out quarterly. And I learned that from Ashley M. Fox. You should look her up on Instagram, and she's got a lot of great information. I also have, oh yeah, and I did put a link in my description box, like on Spotify and YouTube. You'll have a link under there that you can click and go straight to these things that I'm talking about. And for Robinhood, if you click my link, I will let you know that I will earn a gift stock and you will earn a gift stock. So it's like a free stock to get started. So why not? Just try it, okay? You might get excited like me. I also have 2 appointments next week, and I'm going to let y'all know after I go through these appointments. I'll let you know what I learned and where I'm going from there. Now, I will tell you, like, one is with a financial planner. He's local, and I was referred to him by my realtor, which I love very much. Hi, Angela. And the second one is an app that I got an advertisement for, which is probably targeted at me because I've been searching so much about saving and investing and budgeting. And the app is called Fruitful. There is a monthly fee, but if it doesn't work out within the first 30 days, it's a money back guarantee. But you also don't get everything within that first appointment, so you kind of got to go through, like, your appointments are every 2 weeks. So I have an appointment this week. I've submitted all of my income and like all of my bills, everything that I have. I've submitted it. So you get to choose your financial planner. They have pretty pics and videos of everybody, and you could choose who you want to go with. I'm excited about it, just to give it to somebody else. That's one thing that we should also get into the habit with, but do it with discernment. Don't just hand your stuff over to people that you don't know. You don't want to get caught up. But start delegating some of these tasks, because we cannot do it all alone. And I'd like to focus more on my craft and my skill and meeting new faces and, doing the work that I love. And just having to check in, every week and make sure everything is good. But just to have somebody look at it for me and do that'd be great. So I have another appointment Tuesday with both of these individuals, and I will let you all know what I learned from those 2 appointments. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot, and maybe it'll come back to me. It was something that I was going to share. Oh, yeah. So in that spreadsheet that I was doing over the week, like I went through my own spending before I had this planner do it and looked at what everything that I had spent last month. And let me tell you, I also had an old spreadsheet from Jules Dropping Gems. And she owned a salon and she had employees. She started from a suite and she grew from there. She had employees, and then the pandemic came and she transitioned out of that. But she got all of her employees to where they were stacked on their own and could open up their own suite. She put them in a great position. She helped them get there. And now she coaches to other beauty entrepreneurs and helps you structure your salon and, figure out your service menu, your pricing, and the money part, the spending. So I did have like a spreadsheet already, but I didn't use that. But I do encourage you to check out Jules Dropping Jules. I think that's it. I'm going to link her page because it did change. It's Jules something. So anyway, her name is Jules. So yeah, check her out. So we're going to wrap it up. This is what you can do for now. This is what you can do right now with very little money. And when I say very little money, like some of this only requires like, you could just do $5. Okay. Like some of it requires like, it just has to be more than a penny. Number one, and not in this order. This is just how it came to me in my mind. So number one, set up a high yield savings so that you can start earning interest on your money. Number two, set up a brokerage account and start investing in some stock. That brokerage account, you could either do you could do whatever you want, but I say I did Charles Schwab, and Robinhood. So I'll have the links for both of those. The third one I wrote down was set up a retirement fund. Again, I did I looked at Charles Schwab to set up a retirement fund. There's others out there as well, but that is the one that was recommended by Ashley M. Fox. The fourth one I wrote down, and the last one is start following some budget accounts on Instagram. You will learn a lot. It will get your mentality where you want it to be as far as looking at your finances, just getting in the habit and writing you'll see what formulas and stuff they do and how they do breakdowns. Just start following that and fill your mind with other things other than celebrity gossip like me. But I'm starting to look at other things that serve me, that things that I want to change in my life. I'm watching other people do it and I'm mimicking that and tailoring it to my own life. So start doing that. The time is now. This can all be done online with very little coin. And I've dropped some links for you to check out, so have at it. This is all I have for you today. Thank you for your patience. It did take me a few extra days to get through these books, y'all. But I encourage you to read them for yourselves and get your own thing going. They are very helpful. They were very helpful for me, and I'm going to hold them tight. Like at first I wanted to gift them, but I'm like, I need to be able to look back at these and to just stay on task. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel, Shop Closed Podcast, on YouTube and Spotify. Like, you can listen to me in your car, okay? That's another thing I started doing. It's just listening to podcasts in the car and listening to like YouTube in the car and learning things instead of just having my music on. And I love me some music, but baby, I got to get this stuff together. So start doing that. Subscribe to me on Shopify and YouTube. I am your host, Jay Nicole. Thank you for being a great listener. See you next week.